to start my makeup. So let me start grabbing stuff out of this little bag here. I have my coffee ready to go, ready to drink. Parking went fine today. I was able to park right out front at the metered parking, and I set it for like 4 hours and 2 minutes or something, where I will be able to extend it. Anyway, you don't care. Here I am using this Shape Tape Pore and Prime Balm. I'm going to use this to prime my eyes. So let me tell you how my day started. I got up, fed Rosé, jumped in the shower, and is it only me, but I tend to take hot showers, so when I get out of the shower, I'm hot. So sometimes I have to lay down with the fan on me and like raise my boobs just to like cool down a little bit. But that doesn't really, like, it's not very time efficient, especially when I gotta go. But I got dressed and, you know, went out to my car, and I put on my earrings as I was going outside to my car. I saw my neighbor who makes the cookies, and so we chatted for a little bit. Let me get my kit pack. Jesus, come on now. My handy dandy trusty kit pack. I put in quite a few things in here, several single shadows along with my bronzer from Lethal and these 4 Hindash shades from his Beautopsy and Monochromance palettes. What do I want to use? Okay, I think, I don't know actually. Why don't we try this shade here? Let's see what that does. Okay, so I get in my car and I'm like, you know, about to drive off. I use my phone to order a coffee from McDonald's. Okay, so I get in the car. The backing of my earring falls out like immediately. So I haven't like left my little community yet. So what I do is I pull over and I get out of my car, and I'm essentially on my hands and knees on the concrete, like looking in the footwell of the car, and I cannot find the thing. I cannot find the backing of the earring. I'm lifting up the mat, I'm like running my hand along stuff, pulling out leaves that have gotten stuck in there. Can't find it. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess I'm just gonna have to take both earrings off. I could have just turned around and like gone back into my house and gotten another backing of the earring, but it just felt like time was precious, and apparently I thought it was more prudent to look for the back of my earring rather than just go get another one. So there's that. So I get back in the car, and then I'm like, oh, maybe it's in like the cup holder thing, and that's where I found it. But of course it was like in the crevice, and I have long nails, and so it took a while for me to actually be able to pick it up and finally put it on my earring, on my ear. So the morning started off, you know, special. So then I go and I get, you know, I pull up to McDonald's. I'm like, oh yeah, I did a mobile order. So it was a large coffee with cream and sugar and some hazelnut, right? And so I noticed that, I don't know if they stir the coffee, because they give you like a stirrer or whatever. So I usually pull to the side and stir everything together so that, you know, all the flavors just meld, you know? So I did that, meaning I took the top off, stirred it, put the top back on, you know, put the little stir to the side, and then I'm like, okay, now ready to go. ready to get on the freeway or the beltway, whatever they call it out here, and get myself to work. I drive out of the parking lot. I take a sip of my coffee and I'm setting it down in the cup holder over here. The whole, like, the top comes off. I spill coffee everywhere. Both, like, the two cup holders, like, in the middle of the driver and the passenger seat are full to the brim with coffee. There's coffee on my pants, on the seat, on the center console, on the chair. It's everywhere. And I'm like, first of all, I'm pissed because I really wanted my coffee. Second of all, I'm like, do I pull over? What do I do? I should have pulled over, but I didn't. I didn't pull over. You know what I did instead? I'm gonna go ahead in with this shade here. You know what I did instead? I frantically start pulling I have these like Kleenex in my car, so I frantically start pulling Kleenex and like stuffing it into the cup holders. But like, when I tell you it was full of coffee, I could have like, it was a large coffee, so it's filling up the cup holders. So I'm stuffing tons of Kleenex, like pretty much a whole box of Kleenex into these two spaces, and like also trying to salvage any drips or drabs of coffee that's left, and trying to wipe it off of my clothes, trying to wipe the chair. Like, I'm doing all of this, and now I'm about to get on the freeway. Like, and DC drivers are not forgiving. DC, Maryland, Virginia. So I'm trying to do all of that, and then I'm like, okay, I think I got some of it, but every time I move, I see like other puddles of coffee. So I get off of the freeway on the wrong exit, and and I was like, okay, I just need to like get myself together. So I pull over into like a grocery store parking lot, and I open the door of my car, and I open the trunk because I'm pretty sure that I have like some clothes that I'm gonna donate back there, and I think I need to use like a shirt or something to really just mop and sop up all of this coffee. So I find this like shirt, and I decide, okay, I can't, I'm just not gonna donate this. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this to sop up the coffee. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go into this shade here. So we're gonna sop up the coffee. I do that like it's covering, the coffee is covering everything. The best part is that it smells really good. Like, I did a good combination, a good balance of cream, sugar, and hazelnut. Like, it smelled like that coffee was gonna be real delicious. So I mop everything up, you know, I clean my phone because my phone had coffee on it. It had coffee like in between the case and the phone itself. And I'm texting Boo because I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm heading out. I'm going to get some coffee and then go to the office. And it's just like 2 seconds later, I was like, I spilled it everywhere. Oh my God. So I do that, right? What shades did I use? Okay, I do that, and I get myself semi together. Mind you, remember I said I got off at the wrong exit. So we already know that me and like directions don't get along that well. So now I don't know where I am. No, I know what city I'm in. No, I don't. No, I don't know that. I know which street I'm on. I don't know what city I'm in. Okay, so now the GPS is taking me all over. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just hoping and praying that I'm like following it to my office and like the coffee didn't make my phone like malfunction. And you know, I'm going to go into this purple shade here. This is Terra Moon's shade from their new palette that I picked up a couple weeks ago. So I managed to get to work and I'm only like 2 minutes, I think, before I can start parking on the street. So rather than even looking for any garage parking, I just decide I'm just gonna park on the street. And as I'm pulling up, this guy looks like he's about to get in my car. I think it was one of those moments where he was trying to see if I was an Uber or something. And I'm looking at him like, no, like, don't come up in this car, sir. You know, and I could see he's like looking at his phone, looking at my car, looking at the phone, looking at my car, looking at me. And I'm just over here trying to park and pay for this parking. And I'm trying to make sure I'm taking it out of the business account and not my personal one. And so he comes closer to the car and I'm like, and he's just this like big muscly dude, because there's like a gym like attached to our office building, so lots of people are always like coming out of there. And so I think he finally realizes like, oh, this isn't my Uber or Lyft or whatever. And then like a little SUV pulls up and he gets into that. And I'm like, our cars don't like this is a sedan. This is a regular little car that I have. I don't know why you thought that it was this SUV. Like, it's two different cars. But see, you got to be real careful when you're ordering an Uber, a Lyft, or whatever, because remember all those stories where people get in the wrong car thinking that it's their Uber, and then it's not. I mean, I wasn't going to do nothing to him. He better not have did nothing to me. But I was like, sir, I was like telepathically communicating with him, like, sir, do not get up in this car right now. First of all, it smells like hazelnut coffee. Everything is sticky. Like, I don't have time. So apparently, you know, the Cosmos decided that I was going to add to my signature scent today. So not only am I wearing Michael Kors Sexy Amber, but I'm also wearing a large hot McDonald's coffee with hazelnut. Not to mention, that also meant that I didn't get my coffee fix. So now, this is good. This is Cafe Bustelo. So it's the little Keurig one. It's cafe con leche. And it's good. But I have my taste buds set on that hazelnut, you know? So then I get to my office and I'm going to leave my eyes for a second and go in with my face. Here is the Fenty primer that I'm going to use. I get to my office, and last week I emailed the building because our bathroom on this floor has been out of service for months. So that means you have to, rather than walking conveniently out of our suite and to the right and there's the bathroom, you have to go down to a lower floor or go up to a higher floor, you know, and go use the restroom. Which, for a therapist, we have precious moments in between sessions. And in between those sessions, we're often doing a lot. We're trying to write a note. For those of us who try to stick on top of our notes, we might be trying to eat something real quick. We might be trying to take like a 7-minute nap, answering emails, answering phone calls, answering texts. And then usually you gotta pee because you've been sitting there for 45 to 50 minutes, right? So that time that it takes to go up and down those stairs or the elevator like that is a precious time taken away. So last week I emailed the building managers and I was like, hi, this is Dr. So and so. I'm just wondering when you all will be fixing our bathroom because it's been a real inconvenience. I'm going in with the Becca and Smashbox under eye brightening corrector. Like, it's been a real inconvenience for us and for our patients. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry, like the bathroom is almost done, we just ordered the incorrect stall doors or whatever, and we'll have it done by the end of the week. And see, my naive self, I went ahead and believed them. I'm like, okay, cool, so by the time I come back next week, we're gonna have stalls and everything. Like, at this point, I don't care if you see me pee. Like, I don't care if there's a stall between. Like, I need to pee and I need to save time. So I don't even care if you about to see me wipe my stuff, because like it is so inconvenient and irritating. So I get here today thinking, okay, cool, I'll be able to save some time and use the restroom on my floor rather than having to go downstairs. And I think the people on the floor below us get pretty irritated because it's like 4 or 5 of us, at least in my suite, that go down there pretty regularly to relieve ourselves. And it can be loud because the door slams and stuff like that. So there have been times when they have locked the door to the floor. So then you're thinking, oh, let me just go downstairs to use the restroom. And then you're trying to open the door and it's locked. So then what you got to do then? Then you got to either go down another flight or you got to go up 2 flights. Like, it's just too much. I don't have time, energy, nor the correct shoes to be doing all of that. Take a breath. Okay, I'm taking my Fenty Soft Matte in the shade 450 with my Travel BK 101. So, what was I saying? So I was looking forward to like avoiding all of the rigmarole and being able to just use the restroom right outside the door. Get here today, put my stuff on. I like start my coffee so that it can be ready as soon as I'm done. Like, this coffee, I need to like inject it into my veins. Like, I need it now. And I look at the door of the bathroom and it says restroom is out of service. And I am so pissed. P-I-issed. I'm so pissed because I foolishly believed that they were gonna do it. I get myself into this situation so many times. Sometimes I'll take things at face value. Like, there's a part of me that doesn't believe anyone at any time, but then there's this other part of me that believes everyone all the time. So sometimes that part takes over and I just end up looking like a fool. So I have to go downstairs to use the restroom. I'm about to email these people again because y'all said that it was going to be done by the end of the week. Which week we talking about? Like, that's what I should have clarified. Like, are you talking about the end of the week in January? Because I thought you were talking about last week. So I go downstairs. Thankfully, the door to the floor is not locked. And, someone else is coming out of the restroom. And I tried to say hello, but I forgot that it's DC and everybody have an attitude. So homegirl with her caterpillar lashes I said hello. And she was like, okay, ma'am, I was going to tell you to have a good day, but I'm not going to tell you that now. Have a horrible one. Like, why are people so rude? Like, she had a real attitude. I wasn't even doing nothing but telling you hello, good morning. Fine, be like that. Get on my nerves. But what I found out last week is that sometimes people from like outside of our building will be coming in here trying to use the bathroom. So I think homegirl might work at Krispy Kreme that's right next door. So I'm not gonna be rude to her because sometimes I like to go get my Krispy Kreme donuts, and I need to just be nice. I don't want them doing nothing to my chocolate glazed donuts. Maybe I should get some of those on the way home. Now I'm gonna go in with my Fenty concealer in the shade 430. But I think part of it is like maybe I'm a little anxious. Like, so for working from home for the past almost 3 years, I've had some clients start therapy during that time. So we've never met in person, like face to face. We've just done telehealth. And one of the folks who's been seeing me for, I guess, the whole time of the pandemic is coming in today for the first time. And so, like, I think I'm a little nervous. It's so funny because, like, if you haven't seen the person in person, you know, you don't really know what they look like, how tall they are, different things like that. So several of my clients that I have been working with forever, like, we already know how each other looks and we've been in the office together and stuff like that. But then there are some that I don't know. So I swear to you, I've seen some people and they've been like, do I look the same? Or someone is taller than I thought they would be, or shorter than I thought they would be, or like their body type is different. It's just so weird. So like, I also want to present myself in a very appropriate, semi-professional way. And so I think I'm just a little nervous. Just a little bit. I don't want, like, want to make a good impression. I mean, I assume I've been making an impression for 2 years, but I don't know. I'm just being weird. Because I felt like my morning was straight out of, like, a 90s sitcom. Like on the WB. Like, if you ever watched Gilmore Girls, I felt like Kirk. Or if you watched Family Matters, I felt like Urkel. Like, it just felt like, really, like, this is like some slapstick comedy kind of situations right now. Ridiculous. I'm real salty about this bathroom situation, though. Fix the bathroom. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, y'all obviously are just playing with our emotions. So let me tell you something. This bathroom gonna be fixed by the time I get back over here. Because if not, like, y'all have the nerve to have monogrammed with our address bathroom hand towels, but you can't fix the bathroom itself. Why you use my rent money to monogram the bathroom towels? Who cares about the address being monogrammed on the towel? I don't. I feel like that is not an appropriate use of my rent money. Get on my nerves. Lord Jesus Christ. But I finally did contact the person who framed a lot of the stuff in my office. I have one more thing that I need to frame as of right now. I'll probably still have more stuff. Finally contact them to be like, hey, can I bring in this poster for you to frame it? Because that was on my to-do list forever. I'm just opening my powder here. Ooh, trying not to spill anything. It's been on my list forever. So I'll get that done, or at least I'll drop it off probably this weekend. Oh man, it's probably not going to be done by next week. More and more people are expressing interest in coming in the office. How is that going for you all? Are you noticing that more people are going into the office? Some of the folks I see have been returning to their offices. Some haven't. Some are like, I'm permanently telehealth, or not telehealth, I'm permanently working from home now. Some people are going in like once or twice a week, up to 3 times a week. So what's going on in your areas? Like, I don't mind coming into the office. I actually like it because one of the main reasons, we all love Rosé, but Rosé be interrupting stuff. Like, somebody over here crying, Rosé behind me licking her butt. Like, that's just not appropriate, Rosé. So I do like that I'm able to focus a little bit more because Crazy Girl isn't here. I just do not like the commute, to the point of where I'm like, do I need to move? Like, I'm not trying to live in DC proper. Not to mention, I know I'm all over the place. Not to mention, my Siri on my phone hasn't been working. Like, I could do, hey Siri, and she'll say yes or whatever. But whatever command I give her afterwards, she doesn't do it. Like, the thing will just be spinning, and then she'll be like, something went wrong. And I don't know how many times I've cussed Siri out over the past month. I know it's not a real person, but she's getting on my nerves. So I've tried to reset it. I've done all kinds of stuff to this phone. So I'm wondering if it's just time to get a new one, because I feel like iPhones only really last 2 years, and I'm at the 2-year mark. This coffee is good, but I really had a taste for that little coffee concoction I made up. I really do. Okay, I'm going to go into my bronzer from Lethal. Why my air conditioning sound like it's struggling? I sound like it's like, girl, we working hard. I also did order another lamp for my office. I didn't go through, I had an interior designer before. I'm so bougie. But honestly, like, I needed somebody to like take it over. I was gonna either ask my sister, but like, because I don't know, I just need a couch and a chair. So I needed somebody who actually could envision a space, because I'm like, I just make sure I have enough places to sit, and a desk would be good, and maybe like a couple lamps. Like, that's just not my zhuzh. And I think part of it is because I've either been at organizations or worked for other people who have already had things decorated. So this was the first time I was like decorating my own office, and I was like, hi, I need help. And she did a really good job. I like it. But now it's up to me to do like all the finishing touches kind of stuff. You know, adding in paintings and things like that. Even with that, I'm like, how do I want to do this? And I want my personality to come through. I also want my focus on diversity to come through. You know, I want to make sure that any like LGBTQIA folks, any queer folks, any folks of color, any disabled folks, like, I want to make sure that people are comfortable in here, you know, and feel like seen. So I try to be pretty purposeful with my decorations and stuff, and I've mainly used small businesses and like queer or BIPOC like artists and stuff. So if you are a person that is an artist or any kind of like thing that could go in an office, let me know. I will support your business. Now I'm going into these Hindash shades and using them as blush. Okay, here's the finished look. What do you think? Does it look like a psychologist? Oh, quick update. Remember how my niece was working for like a terrible person? So she quit that job. And yesterday she found out that she got a new job. And it's like working with kids, which apparently she enjoys. Yeah, so yay. I'm so glad she's out of that like toxic work environment. Anyways, I have just enough time to get more coffee, answer emails and texts and such. And yeah, hopefully some of this was helpful. Oh, I forgot to say, the lip liner I used is just one from LA Girl, and then I went in with a liquid lipstick from Colored Rain. It's one of their mini liquid lipsticks from their like Rose Garden collection. Yeah, you also, I think that's it. I keep talking, but I'm not going to. Hopefully you were able to get ready with me, and I hope some of this was helpful. Keep taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to those who occasionally check in on me, because sometimes I'm just like going through stuff. So I really appreciate all of the friends that I have made on here. Anyways, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.